it's me, Tiffany, and it is done, over, finished with. I finally am uploading my last week of Inktober. I even added the title to my Inktober sketchbook. So as with before, I'm going to show you the sketch and the finished product. So for the 22nd of October, the prompt was trail, and my little monster was beans. I hate beans, all kinds of beans. I've never liked them, much to probably most of my family's dismay, as they all like beans. I goofed and I actually did this sketch without even thinking about it. I did this right-handed, and then I realized it, and so I redid it left-handed. Gave him a little body, some feet, and for the trail, I wanted a fire trail. Sorry, I've got a weird shadow going on, don't I? Anyways, so when I made the complete piece, you can see he's got a little bit of gas coming out of him because, yeah, he's a bean, you know? I really wanted to work on, having the lighter going into the dark. And then I used a white gel pen to add some, dimension to make it pop out. That way the arms and legs weren't totally blending in. And I did my fire trail, and I even added in the evil bean because beans to me are evil. So for the 23rd, the prompt was corrupt, if I remember. Oh no, excuse me. The prompt was juicy, and I wanted to draw a corrupted juice box. That's what it was. So this is my left-hand sketch for the juice box, and I wanted to go with a very minimal color palette. So I used grays and this really cool purple gray color that I have for the juice itself. So it's basically just a juice box that got crumpled a little bit, and he's got an evil little face and grin going on. And I just wrote juice on it. I really like him. So for day 24, the prompt was blind. And honestly, the first thing that came to mind was the 3 blind mice. And I didn't want to do that exactly. I wanted to switch it up a little bit, and instead of the farmer's wife cutting the tails off of the mice, I wanted the mice chasing her instead. So I just did a rough body sketch of a person running, which isn't a posture or pose I've done before. Admittedly, I am not thrilled with how this turned out. Her face isn't that great. Her hands are atrocious. I'm not good with hands. I really need to work on that. I gave her a little kind of hat to simplified to kind of look like the farmer's wife. And there are the 3 blind mice. And as you can see, they all have weapons and sunglasses on, and they're gonna get her. I opted not to go with any colors, partly because I didn't want to. I wanted to go just basic, and partly, honestly, because I just really wasn't happy with how it turned out. The next day, the 25th, was ship. And I drew out a couple of sketches. And kind of went with a variation, I guess. And I don't know what happened. Somehow I wound up having it way off balance. So the top of the ship is, well, missing. And the back of it is a little bit wonkified, really. So yeah, it's my little ghost ship. Not much to say about it other than it's not the greatest. I really need to work on that a bit. But it's there. I did it. I'm happy that it's done. Honestly, for some of these days, I just really wasn't feeling that great, and I just wanted to have it done. So the next day, the 26th, was Squeak, And I don't think, yeah, I didn't do a sketch beforehand. And the first thing that came to mind was a mouse. And I didn't want to go that obvious. So I made a dormouse. And I kind of just did a little play on the words. And the doormat says squeak, squeak. It's pretty cute. It's a little cuter than anything else I did in the book. A little cuter than I probably intended. But that's what I came up with. Yeah, that's what it is. So the 27th was climb. And, oops, sorry about that noise. I wanted a monkey person. So he's climbing a banana tree. And again, this is a pose that I hadn't ever tried before. I did some image searches on the internet. And the hand looks really weird, but honestly, that's what it looked like in the picture. The arm and the hand, that's what it looked like in the picture, so I went with it. And this is what I came up with for my final drawing. He looks more monkey than human, but, you know, it is what it is, and looks pretty okay. I changed the bananas up a little bit to make it more in front of him. Gave him some blue shorts. So yeah, there he is. Kind of didn't turn out quite how I had pictured in my mind. So for the 28th, the prompt was fall. And I really had struggled with this one. And I finally decided to go with a human scaring a monster. So I've got a human jumping out from behind a rock, some trees in the background, and then a monster troll with two, what was it? Oh, I named him is a rare backward-footed troll, because I put his toes on the wrong feet. I would love to say that was intentional, but I'm not going to lie, it was a total mistake. But it gave me the opportunity to come up with a funny, unique title, so I went with it. Again, basic coloring. I wasn't burnt out with Inktober. I was just really struggling with things going on and whatnot, so I was just struggling, and I wanted to just go basic black and white with some touches of gray. And I do like how it turned out, even though his feet are backwards. The next one was United, and I wanted a snake made out of snakes, and the concept, you know, as I tried to work on it, I struggled with how to make that happen. So I ended up coming up with this idea of a cobra, and this is part of a snake, and this is a different snake, and then, you know, of course, the cobra head, and then another snake with black outline to separate the snake body from the background, and then another snake just here. I opted not to do the same black as I did here because I didn't want it to blend in with this, and also because this particular snake has these patterns on it. So again, another one that didn't go quite to my plan in my brain, but I think it might have been too busy if I had gone with what was originally in my brain. So I'm okay with this. Day 30 was, I'm checking the list, found. And I went with this little troll guy. I've got to hide. Here, let me get my color sheet here, because I ended up doing 2 on 1. So this is my little sketch for found, and I'm amazed with how much better my left-handed sketching got by the end of the month. Is it perfect? No, but I'm really happy with this. it's a little troll guy. He found a box and he's just sort of sitting and holding it. And then this is the final picture of it. And I really love how he turned out. He's got a little smile on his face. And I went with gray tones. That purple gray that I really love. And I gave him some little mushrooms on his head. Just because. And I went with the body pose that I've never tried this pose before. So I really am happy with how he turned out. It was definitely different from anything I've tried, and I'm very happy I did it. And for the last day, and I did it. I am so proud of myself. I'm so happy. I did every single day. The last day was mask, and I really wanted to draw a raccoon. And at first my idea was a raccoon stealing art supplies. But then I got thinking about it, and I'm like, wouldn't it be so much more fun if he was stealing Halloween? So here's my first sketch of the raccoon, and he's got all these Halloween items, a pumpkin, a ghost, some bones, and then here he is. And I gave him a silver-lined mask over his face, and a little spider, pumpkin, the calendar, a little ghost which is tied to his paw. And I drew him standing up. I did use an image off the internet to help me get the basics for the body structure. And I'm happy that I used color in this last image. I gave him the purple witch's hat. So yeah, there he is. And oddly, he is probably my favorite. This is definitely my favorite. This is definitely up there in one of my favorites. Let's see. I hadn't planned to show favorites, but I think I'm going to. This one is basic, but really, I really like that one. I like that one quite a fair bit. I really do like the cloud. The cloud was fun. I do like the ballerina. I love the tooth fairy who steals teeth if you're a bad child. I love the art supplies battling it out. Those are fun. This one I do love. I just wish I had done maybe different colors on here so that the snail kind of stood out a little bit differently or a little bit better, because it's hard to see some of his details, like his antenna. They really don't stand out that great, but I do love this page. I enjoy this one a lot too. And this one, I really, different idea, really unique. I like it. And this one. I like this one a lot too. Bob. My friend helped me come up with this name. Bob the Glob, the Pollution Snob. She's always helped me out a lot with names and things like that. And I like this one a lot too. But honestly and truthfully, he's my favorite. And this one's my second favorite. So anyways, there it is, you guys. There's Inktober 2017. Absolutely completed. I'm super proud of myself for actually finishing Inktober, because I didn't the year before, or not the year before, 2 years ago. So now, on to my next little challenge, which I'll give you a sneak peek. I will be posting videos, I believe. There's a duck. That is my left-handed duck. So, I have a new sketchbook that I'm going to be using, because this one is strictly for Inktober. So, I will be updating y'all with what's going on. I hope you enjoyed this video and my journey through Inktober. And thank you all for stopping in, and I hope you have a wonderfully blessed day. Bye!